Welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Ball, and our topic today is top college real estate programs. One of the most important things in commercial real estate industry is getting the right education. Please welcome my next guest. It's Karen Gibler. She's Associate Professor at Georgia State University. Karen is joining us here in Studio One. Thanks for being with us.
Delighted to be here, Michael.
Well, tell us about first of all, the undergraduate program for real estate at Georgia State.
Well, our undergraduate program allows someone to get a bachelor's in business administration with a full major in real estate. One of the few programs in the country where you get to study finance, investments, market analysis, evaluation, and get an internship if you'd like while you're studying. And we have great scholarship opportunities for students as well. The Atlanta downtown campus is a perfect environment for students who want to be in real estate to learn while they're students.
And speaking of that environment's about to grow, right, with the purchase of the Turner Field property.
Yes.
What's that going to do for Georgia State and the program?
Georgia State just continues to grow. We did come to an agreement for acquiring the Turner Field property, where we're going to have a baseball field, a football stadium, so we won't be playing in the dome anymore, and more student housing. We opened a new dorm downtown this year, and it's already full, and we've got a waiting list, so we're continuing to expand.
And how many students do you have at Georgia State now?
Well, with the merger with Georgia Perimeter College, we now have 53,000 students, the largest university in the state of Georgia.
Wow. And how big is the real estate department?
In the department, we have just over 100 undergraduate majors. Many students in business like to get a double major, finance and real estate, marketing and real estate, and so those are in addition to ours that are strictly real estate majors.
Right. Oh, tell us about some of the classes that the students will be taking there.
Sure. The students take courses in development where they learn the business side of development, and they take study tours of current construction sites as well as redevelopments in downtown. They study market analysis for all different types of properties. They can take courses in brokerage and property management and valuation as well.
That's excellent. And what about a graduate program? Tell us about that.
Well, we're very happy. We moved our graduate program to the Buckhead Center about 2 years ago. We also revised it to become a one-year cohort program. So students come into an orientation, get to know their classmates, and then go through a series of courses 2 nights a week for 1 year to earn a Master of Science in Real Estate. We've graduated our first cohort, and we're now in our second, and our students are delighted. They've been able to move into new positions, move up in their companies, and they feel like it's been a good investment for 1 year, and they've left the program with a built-in network that they're maintaining. They're going to Braves games together, they're calling each other for networking when they have a new project, and so we're very pleased with the way that change has occurred.
That's excellent. And today sometimes you see people coming out of college and then they're not getting a job in their profession. But how's that going in the real estate department at Georgia State?
We currently cannot supply enough graduates from both the bachelor's and the master's programs. Again, most of our undergraduates can work while they're in school in real estate if they'd like to. And that's what we encourage, so that they get the experience in the field rather than continuing to work as a bartender or as a waitress or something like that, where the tips are great, but they can have the opportunity to work in Atlanta firms and learn the trade while they're in school. In the graduate program, we had several students in the last year who came into the program wanting to transition as they left. And one of our students, for example, was working in design and moved to the H.J. Russell Company in their development area and managed to work into investments and management of construction rather than just being the designer based on his education. Another student that entered our program was leaving one of the large firms and wanted to go into industrial properties. And the firm that he joined hired him specifically because he was starting his master's degree. They said, this is the type of worker we want, someone who invests in themselves and will be a good investment long term. And so they're financially helping him get his master's degree.
That's great. And you talked about the internships. I know when we're hiring people and we look at what they did in their summer jobs and things, and we like to see that they're in real estate companies, they're with development companies, they're with appraisal firms, and they're actually getting some hands-on experience. So what do you tell students who are trying to figure out a vocation, they're trying to figure out what to do, and they're considering real estate?
Well, I tell them how broad the real estate field is, because so many people, if they're not familiar with commercial real estate, think the real estate industry is selling houses.
Right.
And so we bring them in and tell them about, look, if you're a people person, brokerage, property management, those types of careers are a perfect match for you. If instead you're more of a numbers person and want to do a little more analysis and research, well, again, we've got financial analysis, investment analysis, market analysis. So you don't have to be one or the other. We can find a place within the real estate industry where there's a good fit.
Yeah, it is a broad industry, and I think that's a good thing to be telling them, because there's so many different areas of commercial real estate to consider. And it's funny you mentioned that, when you mention real estate, a lot of people think residential, and sometimes I'll be at a party or some sort of gathering, and people say, "What do you do?" Well, I'm in real estate, and before I can tell them it's commercial or whatever, they start talking about some house down the street that hasn't sold, and I just want to shoot my foot so I can leave.
Some of our undergraduates do choose to go into residential real estate, and we don't discourage them from that if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And we do see that they have a more professional attitude and better success as a full-time career in residential real estate. So again, it's a matter of finding the match and where they want to be.
Oh yeah, and and I have lots of friends who do very well in residential real estate, and I think it's a great field, but when you are in commercial, you don't really want to talk about houses too much.
No, and the same thing with college professors. I often get a question about, do you have your license and how many houses have you sold?
Well, tell us about the industry and how the industry of commercial real estate can work with Georgia State.
Well, there's probably about 3 different ways that we're currently working with industry, and we're very excited that it's been growing lately. Our partnership with industry is definitely improving. One way is that we have individuals who work with us either as guest speakers. They come into our classes, talk about their experiences in their own careers as well as their projects they're working on. We have people who are on our honorary board and our other advisory boards or in our alumni group who provide advice to us on the programs, who help fundraise for our students. And then another way that people in the industry can interact with us is directly with the students, either acting as a mentor to a student or providing an internship for a student or funding a scholarship for current students. And again, we're very fortunate with our large alumni group that we have tremendous support throughout the business community. And we have people who aren't GSU alumni who sort of wish they were. And so we allow them to join our alumni group as well. Nice. And again, we don't restrict our honorary board only to Georgia State graduates.
And tell us quickly, I know you have to go, but in your graduate class, you can get credit for some CCIM classes?
That's correct. If students take the Master of Science in Real Estate, then they can exempt out of 3 of the CCIM courses working toward their designation. In addition, in our graduate program, we have a course in which students can attain Argus certification, which is a great credential to give them an advantage in the job market.
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, Karen, thanks for joining us today in Studio One. We appreciate seeing you.
I'm always glad to come and visit with you, Michael. I use your videos in my class.
Excellent, and good work down there at Georgia State. Well, stay tuned. We'll have more on college real estate programs. I'm Michael Bull. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. Hey there, thanks for checking out the Commercial Real Estate Show. Don't miss a video of special interest to you. Be sure to subscribe below. And if you appreciate the videos, be sure and thank our sponsors. There's a link to more information about them in the description. For more videos, podcasts, and articles, check out creshow.com.